It's your boy ConsertViz34, and today I wasn't expecting to come at you this quick. I got my Elton John show coming up in Hartford tonight, but before I head out, I just had to talk about a story that yet again makes me frustrated when it comes to Ticketmaster. Now, Ticketmaster allegedly was caught here this summer actively promoting ticket brokers to sell on their point of sale system here. And that point of sale system is one thing. Okay, you're allowing ticket brokers to resell, which is outrageous by itself. But the other outrageous thing about this is they are making it so that this trade desk POS system or point of sale system goes even further. What they were essentially caught in doing is they were essentially telling who they thought were ticket brokers. They were saying, look, we'll overlook you're using bots, using illegal programs or software to get these tickets. We just want you to sell on our platform. This yet reaffirms a concern I have for the ticket industry, the primary and secondary ticket industries. Now, I am somebody who I believe in the free market when it actually is free and when it's a fair deal. By that I mean that I believe the primary should sell tickets, and majority of those tickets should be the fans, and then a small percentage should be the sponsors. And yes, in the middle, there's going to be some ticket brokers who buy season tickets or plans. My anger comes when there's an unfair advantage for ticket brokers, when they can use bots, when they can use programs, when they can be overlooked and not punished for using these programs to scoop up a large majority of these tickets so that most of the fans don't get them on the primary. And then they're forced to get them on the secondary at higher prices. So my issue is that I have always been concerned that Ticketmaster, as the primary, should not be reselling tickets. They should only be selling tickets at the box office, at the online forums, and leave the secondary marketplace to other vendors like StubHub, Vivid Seats, and so on. What this does is it separates the primary for being a point of sale where they're enforcing scalping bots in different programs, and they're enforcing ticket limits so that you limit the amount of tickets scalpers can legally get. The majority of the tickets go to fans. Some ticket brokers are going to get those tickets, but at the same time, they're not getting a large percentage of those. In the end, you have a secondary marketplace that accurately reflects supply and demand, meaning if I want to go to a Yankees game on a Tuesday versus the Tampa Bay in September, I'm going to get a lower price because demand is down. If there's a popular event like a Yankees-Red Sox game, that event may be a little above face value, but I'm going to get a fair price of demand. Or, hey, you know what? This is a Wednesday Yankees-Red Sox game in the Bronx. If I buy my tickets now at $6.46 for the 7 o'clock game, I may get it below face value. That's how it's supposed to work. What is stupid and what is crazy is that Ticketmaster, as the primary, is now trying to get into the secondary game. They're trying to get sales for the initial point of purchase, and then they're also trying to get sales for the resale marketplace. Now, yes, their excuse is, hey, someone's going to buy it on StubHub, someone's going to buy it on Vivid Seats. Yes, that may be true, but at the same time, there's a lot that can go wrong when you have a secondary marketplace for Ticketmaster. They say it's verified, they work with NFL, they work with the NHL, but when you're in bed with the brokers, you're going to be able to control more of the market and raise those secondary ticket prices. That's what makes me mad about what we found out today as fans, as music journalists, as whatever people are today. We are upset. There's no reason why on one face, Ticketmaster is saying, we're fighting the bots. We have this verified fan program, which, by the way, is the scrappiest of the seats, where you're getting obstructed view seats, back of house seats, all the way on the side seats. You have that to prove, hey, we're standing up for the consumer. And then they flip their hat around and they're going to these conventions and saying, look, hey, you guys are scalpers. Look, we want some secondary money. We'll overlook the bots. We'll overlook everything else that's going on. And that is what infuriates me. That's what makes me upset. They're putting their hat forward to the fans. They flip it back in the back alleyways to the scalpers and say, look, you got what happened with this report that CBC News had out in Canada, shout out to them, they actually posed as undercover ticket brokers and were offered to sign up for this program and told, hey, we're not going to cancel your tickets. We want you to sell with us. As long as you sell with us, you're goody. We have a point of sale system. Now, just to break that down, what is a point of sale system? Well, ticket brokers want to be able to sell their inventory and manage it efficiently. So what people have done over the last 15 to 20 years is they've created their own point of sale systems. You can list the same tickets on StubHub, Vivid Seats, Ticketmaster. You can list hundreds of tickets, thousands of tickets all across the board. The issue with Ticketmaster doing this is they're essentially encouraging, hey, you can have a point of sale system with us. This is the trade desk kind of point of sale, but we want you to primarily sell stuff through us, not through StubHub, not through Vivid. We're going to give you bonuses and incentives, and you know what? We're going to let you buy up the market, use your bots, use whatever. That is what is troubling. The fact that Ticketmaster is letting people buy up the market with these bots when they're saying they're combating the bots and fighting the scalpers. So they have two faces. I knew these faces were here. I knew they were flipping the hat backwards. But it's just frustrating to see that this is, they've been caught. And it's good that they were exposed. Hopefully this goes to make things change. Now, here's what I'll say just to end this. I really think that people are like, oh, you should never buy a ticket over face value. That's BS. Because Elton John, I was able to get a ticket tonight to the show. But if I didn't get a ticket, I'm paying over face value because Elton John's never coming back to Connecticut again. Goodbye, the yellow brick road. Same thing. If I see Peter Gabriel pull up, I'm never going to say, I'm just going to buy face value. I may pay a little more than face value. Not too much more, but a little more than face. I've never seen him. I want to see him before he passes. So I think that you can't, some fans are saying, look, this is how we stop ticket broker, prices. We stop buying. To an extent, yes, but that doesn't mean we can't. If there's a timeless experience we want to do for our grandfathers, our fathers, our mothers, our girlfriends, our daughters, whoever we want to give a special experience, we should still, if it's high demand, pay a little more than face. What needs to end is at the beginning of the game, going on to Ticketmaster at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. on a Friday, scalpers should not be using bots and different methods to get tickets that are unfair to the average person clicking or going to a kiosk live, which are two ways that you can buy them legally, and that's, to me, that's fair. Line up at a kiosk or go online. So something needs to change where I don't think Ticketmaster should have any secondary marketplaces because it's a conflict of interest, because they're going to be encouraged to let scalpers or whoever use their tool set to buy up the tickets, and then Ticketmaster says, hey, we're fighting them. We're fighting them. We're working on this, guys. We're working on this. We're gonna fight these scalpers. And then they kind of pass the blame to the scalpers, and then they make money from the scalpers because the scalpers are selling on their platform. So something needs to change. This is an unorganized video because I am very upset about this process. I believe in a secondary market that is fair and that is more reasonable, but the secondary market is unfair as soon as Ticketmaster allows brokers to not get their tickets canceled for having multiple accounts, not have bots be removed, not be fined and penalized for using the bots. That's where we lose. And we need, the only way that we can fight this is to have the primary box offices and like Live Nation, Ticketmaster be fighting this and not be trying to make money off the sales. So I think the long-term solution to this is StubHub, Vivid Seats, keep them as is. Actually, I know people who worked at Ticket Network and StubHub, and those seller programs they have are to sell tickets, not to raise prices and make profits. You benefit from these seller programs by selling tickets, meaning if brokers need to get rid of tickets to get higher ranking and lower sell fees, they're going to sell more tickets at face, below face for lesser popular events. The fan wins. So that's fine. But when, again, Ticketmaster has that monopoly over the primary and secondary, the incentives are going to be, hey, sell all your tickets here, remove them from StubHub, remove them from all the other stuff, and then we can jack up the prices, make higher profits. So I think the number one thing is Ticketmaster, Live Nation, any primary shouldn't be allowed to resell Keep the primary in one vendor or one, company, Pacquiolin, and then you have Ticketmasters, a couple other ones, Ticketfly, and then keep the secondaries separate. The StubHubs, the eBay owns StubHub, so eBay and StubHub, Vivid Seats, Ticket Network, or Ticket Galaxy, whatever it is now, because their racist former owner had to step down and they rebranded. Anyway, I think that there should be a true change with secondary companies, boom. Primary companies, boom. Primaries need to fight secondary scalping. They need to regulate and review who's buying these tickets and not let bots come on. And the secondaries need to also check for fraud, which they do. They need to make sure the sellers are ethical in delivering their tickets on time, and that they're also making sure that everything is going smoothly for the buyer, who's probably going to either pay over face or at face or potentially less, but they should be protected. A fan protect guarantee like StubHub, a buyer guarantee like Vivid Seats. That's how the market should work for true supply and demand. That's not happening. It needs to change. Again, this video is a mess. It's my rant, anger. It's your boy ConcertViz34. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. I'm out.